Look, there are some people talking over there.
I time to point out the obvious.
If you ask me, those pompous parasites on the surface act like they're all a bunch of aristocrats. Do any of them give half a hoot about a bunch of dogs like us?
Hey, speak for yourself.
Oh, you think you're special or something?
I don't...
Hey, how cool would it be if the whole world was destroyed by a giant flood and everyone had to start over from nothing?
What kind of filthy bilge water are you spewing? I have family up there. You best shut your sewer hole with... Listen, things ain't so great on the surface, but who says that you have to leave? I've heard that you can still stay here and work even after you've served your sentence. Not bad if you ask me. Who wants to live in the ruddy overworld anyway?
And what makes you think they'd want to hire someone like you? It's one of the great mysteries of the universe, how someone as useless as you is so confident.
Whoa. Sounds like they're real. Speaking of which, Paimon never heard anyone use the words overworld or underworld when we were living up there.
This is Minecraft.
Is that only something that That's true.
This is Minecraft now. You got the overworld, you got the underworld. No, I don't think the underworld is called the underworld, but you know, the place above the nether is like the overworld, isn't it? I don't know, Minecraft world. Oh my god, that guy needs.
There's a group of people over there. Let's go with.
We literally just eavesdropping people.
So I said, that's not a fuss.
Oh, he does have a name. That's really this guy.
Sorry for eavesdropping. Sounds like.
What's the matter? They're just looking to join in on our fun, that's all.
Hey, don't pretend like it's okay for them to just interrupt us like that. Fine. You're lucky we don't mind extroverts that much.
You hear that, Quisto? What nice!
Your expressions tell me you're looking to hear some juicy info, am I right?
Really? Are we?
You're kidding. How often does anyone get a personal tour led by His Grace himself? Practically everyone was talking about it. Word has it that you also caused quite the kerfuffle.
A little mistake, huh? I like the way you put it. You see, people with a good attitude can join our group.
Your group?
I'm Quisto, and this is Lavaroon.
So,
No. You don't get it. Knowing intelligence will make things better for you here. For example, knowing who's working with whom, who has the latest rumors, who's not getting along. Wouldn't you like to know all that? Whoa, all this...
I don't mind him. The welfare meals. Talk about the welfare meals.
right.
Is that so?
Oh.
You are correct. Since you like my cooking. Listen, kids. The power structure within the fortress. You've already met the one person here you should never cross. The Duke, Wriothesley. He knows more than you think. And if he doesn't care about something, then he often doesn't bother dealing with it.
Those who have the Duke's attention get all kinds of special perks. Even better treatment in the infirmary.
I know who you mean. It's that Jurier character, right? I don't think there's anything useful about him at all. Why does he visit the infirmary practically every day?
But did you know that Jurier was a talented researcher from the Fontaine Research Institute before he came here? There's no denying that.
I don't care if he was a researcher that could turn dirt into Mora. Once you're in the fortress of Meripede, you just... Speaking of which...
You mean he hit a...
But that Lorvine's...
Wait a second. You know...
Do you think it... Could it be that... they're secretly meeting there to go on dates? But it...
After all,
Okay. That 3D investigator took too long, and I find the last one.
Hey, you over there? Yeah, you. Say, do you like playing card games? You know, like Genius Invocation TCG?
You TCG players are like mint in the wild.
Hey, come on now. What's wrong with finding fellow Invocation aficionados? Anyway, Care to join me for... all right. Nope.
But why would you be looking for people to play Genius Invocation in a place like this? Don't people usually come here to fight?
Whether you're throwing down cards or throwing punches, it's all a competition, isn't it? It's all the same in my eyes. There are lots of card players here in the fortress. When I saw you, I immediately thought, hey, even outsiders from other nations play cards. So I came over to say hi. Sure.
Great!
I thought you would have already heard everything by now.
Why don't you?
All right. Have you heard any... Then, did you know that... Yeah, so you've already met those two. They're quite a pair. They always keep an eye out for the latest happenings and gossip about everything. I heard that they used to be a chef and a bartender before...
Good to know.
Let me... Oh, did you know that the Duke was also a convict in the fortress of Meripede before?
Huh? Wait, are you serious?
That's right.
That's what I
The
want
Duke
to
was
know.
an inmate just like you and me. Seems he was exiled here for committing some crime. Who knows how he ended up rising up to become the warden, though? To go from an ordinary inmate to becoming the manager of the whole place? I'm not gonna lie, I kinda respect that. A forbidden zone?
It's just a room.
Anything else?
Okay,
have a
we've talked
pay
to just
away
about
that.
everyone, and it's about time for us to go meet Linny. According to the card he left us, we should go meet him in the production zone.
I think this. Never mind. What was she wants to go first? Hello. Is there a way to that one? Isn't that there why we come back to this production?
There's a lot of very fascinating people in the academia. Kinda makes me want to go study there.
Hey, he's all hiding, come out. Wherever you are. Thanks for trying not to like this. Maybe somewhere around there. So confused on lineage. And then tweet that one's like what gods are so really man. Where is Lily? Go to the production zone. I'm in a production zone, am I not? What's the thing I hate about this? It doesn't really say the lower or higher, it's super annoying. I don't get the idea that this isn't the production zone. I've done school, this is the production zone. There we go, okay then. It is talking like that down there. I can't find the guy. He's invisible to the eye. I don't want to tell you.
Where you heading?
That's pretty cool.
Behind you!
Okay, Mr. Okay, Lenny. Are you anywhere yet?
Excuse me?
Okay, Lenny's not here. I'm not gonna stop because I cannot play the guy.
You hear that? Something's going on over there. I'm gonna go check it out. Early bird gets the worm.
So yeah, I'm like... Okay, so apparently... Come back out.
Learn the safety rules by heart.
That I would never fight that. Like...
Huh?
You weren't on the product zone. Like, he was from there.
That look in your eyes.
You found something?
Hey, this is no time to be modest.
Oh. Huh. He is a harbinger after all. I suppose he's much more resourceful than I initially gave him credit for. Unfortunately, this isn't enough for our final report to Father. We need to find out Master Child's exact whereabouts. Father told me that even though Master Child said he was just coming to Fontaine for a vacation, he actually had some personal reasons. His agenda might be linked to his disappearance.
His escape route is already flooded, so we'll have to task someone with professional diving skills to chase after it.
Well, when you put it that way, it's obvious that only Freminet would be up to the task.
Bingo! Is he around?
He's working today. Coming here as a group would have attracted too much attention. I'll talk to him about it later. It's the least I can do. We're all... Honestly, I'm far more impressed by you guys managing... Now, let me think. And if he's to do that, he'll have to...
You can even ask...
We've been working to... Traveler, what say you to meet... Oh, and there's just one last thing. Though we can just sit back and wait for Freminet's report on Master Child's whereabouts, we still need to make more progress on the Freminet's no master of disguise. Lynette's still working on getting intel from the other areas, and I'll need to spend some time helping Freminet prepare for his dive...
What do you want us to do? Will it be...
Well, I won't call it easy Listen carefully. You'll need to find an excuse to get into the infirmary and investigate the room and environs. You've mentioned several sketchy-looking people always meeting at the infirmary earlier, so it probably has something to do with the secret we're hoping to uncover. You've already investigate the internal, but also there's no need to... Oh, my apologies, I just started rambling out of habit. It was almost a...
But that's not a bad thing, right? All right.
Let's go our separate ways for now.
I feel like...
Don't forget.
I get like, this is separate from the thingy level, but can't you literally just ask as a friend to know someone's whereabouts? Ooh, cutscene.
Hey, stay here for now. Paimon will take a... There seem to be several people inside.
Right. I feel like
It's not impossible.
It's a bit hard to understand them from here, so why don't we just try to talk to them in person? Let's go as soon as you're ready. Someone! Please help! He's...
Whoa, are you okay?
Oh my! What's wrong, little one? There's no need to panic. Take a deep breath before... The traveler started complaining of a stomachache, and then nausea, and then collapsed to freezing limbs. Let me take a look. Please, Don't worry, I'll get you to the bed safely. Here, hold on to my shoulder and walk slowly.
I'm so confused. I'm so confused for acting or actually.
You can do it, traveler! Don't apologize. You're sick after all. Now, please relax. I'm just going to do a preliminary checkup on you. My checkup has confirmed that he's not in any mortal danger. Eh? Oh, that's... I'll continue my diagnosis of the patient now. Don't sense serious... And here? Huh? But... What about here? Does this hurt? Oh, I think you just... Congratulations! The health risk isn't... Miss Levine, I'll have to try...
Very well.
And she hopped away.
Hello. So how are you feeling now?
His stomach aches really.
If Miss Sijuin...
But it...
Well...
What do you mean that's true? That's really misrepresenting the situation. Of course I can't speak for the whole fortress, but it's not like everyone imprisoned here, though they may have committed crime.
Yeah.
That's correct.
Are you two...
We've been sick a while. I come back every once in a while for...
Please watch your mouth, Mr. Jurier.
Hey, don't start arguing now. Please, keep...
Just let me get out of the prison. His own quest really is like taking on the mind.
Hey!
Real...
Please allow me to...
And same to you, Miss Lorvine. Anyway, that was more than enough
me
rest
skip.
for me, so I'm going to get out of this excessively noisy place. See you later,
I
everyone.
don't have to skip to the whole thing, but
He just slowly walked off like
at least
that?
add a skip button, so like
I'm
I
sorry
don't
you
have
had
to
to see all
spam
of
the X button on my controller. Sometimes it's
I'll
not bad,
accompany you
but
two
like
for a while. No.
I'm back! Did you rest like you promised?
Thank you for getting our medicine.
Did you all cooperate with your bed rest? I trust that nobody got up to walk around. Good. Here.
I want you to run sign over there.
Miss Levine. Yellow, huh?
All right, then I'll also be on my way now. I hope you feel better.
See ya! I'm going to fill out your medical record now. Those two made quite the commotion just now, so why don't we... Alright then. Is there anything we should... No, his big got it. Oh, you're going to take a nap already? We've been to lots of places. So you're...
I can't skip these bits.
You're awake.
Yes, I'm awake.
How do you feel? You slept well. Now you can go back. Thank you, Miss Sijuin.
I slept like a log. You tried playing slot.
You really are something. To be able to fall asleep like that and even sleep talk the entire time, you scared Paimon half to death! No, but you kept Mom. Paimon talked with C. Whoa, you...
I'm curious about the man stuff because they don't appear to be evil, they don't appear to have the same goal as the normal Chewie, but at the same time, Chewie obviously trying to steal his notices, and so are they. They also want notices. So it does like, you know, so it's like, ooh.
Did you two run into any trouble over the past few days?
No, we just worked our shifts according to the schedule.
That's good. We've taken a look at the...
Wait, why is she...
You already went above it, infiltrating a guard. Lynette also felt like...
So that's what Lynette thinks.
Then, let's go check...
Is now really a good...
According to my observations. Also, I'm her brother, remember? It's only natural for an...
Okay, then let's head over.
Lynette should be here right now. Huh. Strange.
As expected, Zijwin isn't here, but... What?
No, Lynette, unless...
Let's see if they're...
Okay.
There are some books. These sure are some interesting books. She even has books.
None of the beds have any signs of having been slept in.
That's the one Lynette must...
She would have... Which means either they...
She's hiding from my head. She's fine. I'm still the same floor. So.
This is it! We saw it before!
Wait, this thing? The space behind it is empty. From its size, could Lynette have tried to get inside? Let's look around here for some more clues.
This is for Fatui Hawk. Ator, like Fatui's obviously beat us up consistently so many times.
Hey, you guys!
Why are we always helping
paper?
Fatui?
It's right over here! And there's a bunch written on it too. It reads... Out of respect for your usual practices, I'll use a piece...
This is...
Is that all? The back! This is...
Show me!
That look on your face! Would you care to guess where Miss Lynette of the Fatui could be right now? No! Could she have... Is she already...
Wriothesley. Did he deliberately leave the infirmary unguarded to use it as bait?
Wait, you mean... He was aware of our goals from the very beginning? But... why? We didn't run into any trouble last time.
Yes. That is a crucial question. Wriothesley. He doesn't do anything without a clear goal or reason. So this means he had no concerns about your activities from the very beginning. You're not from the same camp as us. You were sent down here by Nervulet, so you have no conflict of interest with Wriothesley. We're a completely different story, though. I'd like to know that, too. Why did he only go after her? Don't panic. Just think everything over. Wait, you're right. The fact that Fremine was able to leave the grounds... Could Wriothesley have let him go as well?
But what does he gain by letting Fremine leave like that?
So he's challenging me and trying to provoke me, I'm sure of it. We never should have sent out Fremine. We had to go through all that trouble to find an opening to sneak him around the guards and into the pipe, and we even thought luck was on our side. If Wriothesley let him leave on purpose, then he's probably in a terrible spot now as well.
Lenny's getting more and more panicked. Don't be like this,
No. I'm the leader of this operation, and I'm the one responsible for this team. I'll go talk to Wriothesley.
Hey, don't be reckless! Traveler, please...
I simply cannot allow Lynette to be abducted again. I have to go.
Again?
He's rushed out the door! After him!
feel like we still have some room to make changes on these details.
It's not impossible, but it'll require extensive...
Is that so? Huh?
Is someone?
Pack everything up. Whoever's outside is eavesdropping. They'll probably come in once we stop talking. Someone! Please help!
Whoa! Are you okay?
You guys are playing.
These two. What a delightful turn of events. I like smart people, but I also like playing dumb. I like the feeling of being trusted. Oh my! What's wrong, little one? Being able to read human expressions is quite the useful skill. Wait! Wait!
He wasn't there before.
It's no use. We have to catch up to him.
You're not there, so where are you gone? That's actually... I can't believe this.
He's already out of sight. How is
I just want to beat that. I want to beat that.
him off at Risley's office?
Let me get 2, 8, 3, and 4 down. Ooh. Right. I know it's high. I don't understand the low landlord jokes there. Alright, so I see.
Come out and face me, Rise!
Aren't we at an administrative office space? Why don't you at least try to follow even a couple rules from the Fortress's indoor management regulations?
What did you do to my sister?
I ran into the young miss at the infirmary. I'd heard that she was suffering from quite the migraine, so I decided to invite her over for a cup of tea. I do have some teas in my collection that can work wonders against such an illness.
Stop joking around! Where did you take my siblings?
I have also heard that your performances are quite the spectacle. Miss Lynette would sometimes enter a box filled with... Maybe she'll appear behind you right now.
Is he trying to trick me into turning my head? No, he's... You knew we were investigating the infirmary. As for Fremine, no.
There was no need to do so. The Fortress of Meripede is a pretty pleasant place. Most people enjoy their lives here. The only ones who act differently are those with personal agendas. It was quite easy to identify your colleagues.
You removed our original members and spread the news of Child's escape so Father would assign our team to come down and investigate. Fremine has also fallen...
One correction. Lynette is in my hands right now.
He's not. What do you...
Lenny!
Oh, wonderful. Everyone is here, so I'll only need to say this once. Eager and to the point, I see. Alas, only Miss Lynette is currently having a cup of the Fortress's... Although, as per your original plan, Mr. Fremine should also have returned to the Fortress by now. But he has neither shown up within my gates, nor has he been taken...
Wait, you locked him outside in the sea...
I closed the Fortress's gate to the outside world.
Fremine's a star diver, so he
No, we're still here, so he definitely tried to find a way to come back for us. So we can't assume he might have made a break for the surface.
But why would I do this, you may be asking? To have an audience with you, of course. My intel tells me that Mr. Linney is a great magician, so it's only natural for me to want to have some cards of my own when it comes to negotiating.
Wow.
Besides, I do recall you mentioning to Miss Lynette that you've always wanted to have a face-to-face meeting with the Lord of the Fortress of Meripede, regardless of whether it was in a personal or...
So, you've been keeping tabs on us before we even...
Some of my folks just happened to hear a thing or two, that's all. In any case, I will be straight with you. I was willing to play dumb and turn a blind eye, so we had a pleasant few days playing games together here. But once you started focusing on the Forbidden Zone, Mr. Linney, the cards are stacked against you right now. Miss Lynette is in my hands, and Mr. Fremine is still slowly being pickled out. You need do but one thing to guarantee their safety. I would like you to contact your superior, and ideally invite her over for a cup of tea with me.
You want to see Father? But why should she bother giving you an audience?
Well, If she cares for the well-being of her dearest children, she should have plenty of motivation to join me for a pair. I've heard that the bonds between the members of the House of the Hearth are like the bonds of family. I don't see why she would refuse.
Why did you think Father sent us to handle the Fortress of Meropide? This place is basically a no-man's land. It wouldn't be fitting for anyone as important as a Harbinger like Father to come here in person.
Oh, I see. So it's because she doesn't care for my place here. That's such a shame.
Was this the extent of your master plan to get to Father? No matter how much pressure you may put on me, I won't allow you to use us to blackmail her.
You people really are difficult to get along with. All I'm asking for is a face-to-face conversation. Does she truly have no interest in the fortress's secret? Mr. Linney, you have one last chance to invite your...
Linney!
Instead of asking why I'm doing this, why don't you try to see things from my perspective for a second? I gave you a warning by cutting off the first few operatives I found, but that only caused you to double down. Had you given up on the fortress then and there, I'd have no reason to want to talk. Mr. Freminet left the fortress on his own, and Miss Lynette tried to pry out my secrets right in front of me.
I shouldn't ask Father to do anything.
6.
Wait,
2. Time's up.
Wriothesley!
Negotiations have broken down. Please leave, ladies and gentlemen. It's time.
Yeah, listen to the traveler.
You do realize that I'm only letting you go because of Neuvillette, yes? You're here helping him out, and I've already done my best to stay out of your way. But that doesn't mean you can just do whatever you want. The fortress may be small and remote. Then how about this? Those who are capable deserve respect. You've spent quite some time investigating my home turf by now, so why don't you tell me a thing or two about what you found, I'll ask you 3 questions. Answer all of them correctly, and I'll agree to your request. Question 1. Regarding the hidden rules of the production zone, what is the truth behind the one about not being allowed to work for 3 days in a row?
I've been told that the infirmary is always empty for the half hour just... The Fonta promoter has been struggling because he doesn't... We often see Miss Sigewinne up... The research notes said that the Fonta's internal report suggests that the... According to Collins, the Pancration tournament only took place because the Fonta... The research notes said that the According to Collins, the Fonta promoter has been... I've been told that the infirmary is always empty for the half... The Fonta promoter has been struggling I've been told that the infirmary is... The Fonta promoter has been struggling because he doesn't... The research notes said...
Thank you.
Fonta's internal report...
Wrong.
According to Collins... We often see Miss
So that's what's the hidden rule of the production zone. At first she often been out of her sense of siege.
Where did you get that?
The recipients of... Are we on the right...
Alright, now for mine, there are also some hidden rules in the Pancration.
Oh, not again.
I've been told that the infirmary is always empty. We often see Miss C. Fonta's internal reports suggest... Fonta's internal reports... I've been told that the infirmary...
Click.
The research notes said that the
Oh, wrong, great.
According to Collins... The research notes said that the Melusine race We often see Miss...
Right.
Fonta's internal reports. The Fonta promoter has been.
That's all I wanted. That was from by. I didn't mean to switch. I don't know why.
Fonta's internal reports. The Fonta promoter has been struggling.
Paimon gets that hidden rule of the Pancration. People can skip, but really, a blood. The company, they came to the Duke, no, and so.
I acknowledge the effort you've put into bringing the although, based on your description, that Fonta promoter is a bit too careless with his words. I may just reconsider my collaboration with the company.
All right, and here's the final question. What's the secret behind our head nurse and all of her patients in the infirmary?
Stop your cruel and pointless games, Wriothesley! You know that we haven't finished our investigation, so there's no way we can answer the last question. The thought of sparing Lynette and Fremen, you'll pay for this.
Lenny, are you alright?
Oh, close.
It was nothing, Your Grace. See, Queen? Though this gun may look like a toy, it's actually...
See, Queen.
Not at all. I am merely a resident of the fortress, and thus protecting it is my duty. When Monsieur Neuvillette asked me to come here, he told me that my job would be to take care of the well-being of everyone here. I am merely discharging my duties. But if you mean what you just said, then isn't Linny someone you should be looking after as well? Isn't he a resident here just like the rest of us? But I really am just doing what Monsieur Neuvillette told me to do. Everything I did, I've done to protect them. Had I not, they would be in far more dire straits right now.
I want to kick
His
you in the
Grace
face.
knows it too, right? Your Grace? Mind proving my innocence to them?
My dear Sigewinne, whatever shall I do with you? Would it have killed you to just wait another minute or two?
Well, it's nearly time after all. The way you do things can be truly frustrating sometimes, Your Grace. I figured I should try to talk some sense into you. What are you talking about?
Take me if you want.
How touching. Can you just give me one more minute?
Don't be like that, Your Grace.
All right, everyone, calm down. I'll go get a cup of tea. Missy...
You... What are...
I believe I hear footsteps.
Some space, please.
Ah, Miss Clorinde. My door.
Fremen.
What's going on? What is Clorinde doing here?
Work.
I'm sorry about shooting you, Mr. Linny. The tranquilizing effect...
What happened to Fremen? Wasn't he diving just outside of the fortress? Why is he looking like...
A flushed face, an accelerated pulse. He must have consumed primordial seawater.
What did you say?
Please, make some space. I'll need to get...
I'll talk to Clorinde while you get Fremen to where he needs to...
Literally, this is your fault. Doesn't that literally kill people from the place? Actually, I know they're from
What's that look
place,
on your
are
face?
they?
I thought I made good time on the way back.
Oh, I'm just admiring your punctuality.
It's pretty much as expected. The concentration of primordial seawater has increased significantly. I was only out there a short time, so it wasn't too bad. But if one were to stay for any significant amount of time... Well, you can see how that boy's doing.
Where was he when you found him?
The abandoned zone at the end of the pipes. A good distance into the water.
Closer than I thought. He must have recognized it early on and tried desperately to swim back.
Locking the door was necessary. I don't think we could have saved two.
Well, I did try to convince him that I had my reasons. Never seems to work, though.
It would probably work on Neuvillette. He has a knack for picking out who had good intentions, even when the outcomes were all terrible.
It's a bad sign if you're having to plead your case to Neuvillette. Want some tea?
Not...
Fine, I'd like to get some tea. Want me to get you a cup too, since I've already...
Might as well then, I suppose.
How is he?
These symptoms are probably caused. Of course, sorry. I am aware that the infirmary may not be your favorite place in the world at the moment. We do only have a single clinic in the fortress.
Why would he ingest a large amount of primordial seawater after leaving the fortress?
Please, look after Mr. Fremine for the moment. I'll go fetch some medicine and a respirator.
Where is she?
Oh, she just took a nap in an empty room after I tranquilized her. If my calculations are correct,
So
she should also be waking up right around now. You might not...
Can we just beat everyone up, like...
Winnie, are you okay?
Dude.
Are you sure?
My hands and...
I'm back, everyone.
Lenny! Fremine?
He'll be fine. But for now...
We just got somewhere, now we're going back. I thought the Duke would have realised we were... Oh, no, we're still there. Skip.
His
They
breathing's
really need to
beginning
make
to slow.
Skip better, like,
Yeah,
easier
I'll
on
take
us.
him
on
There's no way.
Traveler, you
That
seem
was a
pretty
really
worried
cool.
about...
Oh, we breathed through all the textures, but at the same time, I do not, so...
The Duke and Clarande are gone. They probably went to get some tea. The Duke will explain the truth in just a bit.
Using the televisions is so much easier than going using elevators.
He's awake. Fremine, how do you feel?
Lenny... Lynette...
We're all here.
The infirmary. How do you feel?
Travel... the sea! There's something wrong with the...
Shh, it's okay.
No! Listen to me. This is really serious. There's primordial seawater mixed into the regular seawater. I don't know why it's there, but no one should touch it. Pipes... Right, the pipes. It's all coming back to me now.
Are we playing as... Come on.
Where could Master Child be?
We are. This job, I already have the character.
Huh. This mechanism looks like it's been tampered with. Could he have done it?
Well, I guess I was sort of right. Are we in the... Oh wait, are we doing some kind of... thing? There's always monsters in the fortress, right? I need to get up that, so how do you raise it? Wait, I'm so confused on oh my god. Into the abyss. We have to do until I find till something activates. Ooh, this is nothing's there now. This has got me stumped a bit, I can't lie with you. Okay, that gets off, Yeah. I don't do that, you have to put it in and you teleport.
It's getting stuck on something. Seems like I'll have to avoid those obstacles while I turn it.
When we go down before, why put some stairs there? How is it not used to it? Go down. I can't turn this. How do I get up? Alright, do that. Now I just want to go up here. I think you do this. Now it's here. Now we're on here. Oh, this is. Oh, it's right here, so.
This is where the water starts. The vegetation here is a bit more sparse. These traces aren't natural. A person must have left them, and recently. Oh, there are traces here too. I need to keep going. Huh? The traces are gone. But I don't see where he could have gone from here. Wait. What the... My heart is racing, and it's getting harder and harder to breathe. No good. I have to get back. They still don't know anything about what's going on. If I turn back right now, I should still be able to make it.
mean, clearly we don't make it fully, we get to pass out. Oh wait, our health's go down. Didn't realize our health's go down.
I can't die here. This is. I have to push on.
I feel like pull in my throat. God damn, pull it in anyway. I feel like a bit of it's just stuck in my throat.
So, in other words, the trail you were following vanished, and...
Miss Clarande!
Miss Clarande?
You're still too weak. Miss Lynette is right.
A guest? Then...
You should ask His Grace about that. Yeah, it's about time he actually told us what's going on. What?
No, please go on without...
Lenny.
The logical part of my brain is aware that we're safe right now, but I still can't bring myself to leave.
Understood. In that case, I'll leave the infirmary to you.
Thank you.
Hey, stop bringing me that. I'm clearly kicking that. I'm clicking the note button. Okay, so that's doing that. Oh my god, I'm like super low. That's basically like my character died earlier, yeah. I think I can't remember. Watch out. I thought it was like the hit look like from going over. I shouldn't really be swimming in that water, I'll be honest. It doesn't look very safe. Okay. Now tell me what's going on, Duke. Oh, that's got says. What am I? Can I have some tea too, Duke? Mr. Duke. Wow, earshot. In the conversation. No, no. I still don't trust you, girl. You manipulated me.
I take it, Mr. Fremenade?
Of course!
I've been expecting those two, but might I inquire as to the purpose of your...
I wanted to check up on Miss Clarande. How are you?
Mostly fine, I think.
If you don't mind, I'd like to perform another quick physical exam. It'll just take a few minutes.
All right. Thank you for looking out for me.
Well, want to explain yourself, Wriothesley?
Of course, but I'm not partial to the word choice of explain. How about... where should I begin?
Then Paimon will begin. Did you know about Lenny's...
No. I just knew they were Fatui operatives sent to the fortress by the Knave. As for their specific goals, I only figured those out as you made progress on your investigation.
You managed to monitor and stay ahead of them even though you didn't know it...
They came here with ulterior motives. I'm quite adept at discerning what that kind of behavior... Initially, I thought their goal was just to investigate Child's disappearance. Lyney suggested that I had deliberately let him escape, but in truth, I didn't really do anything special to help or hinder him while he was here. Everything he did, from finding helpers to leaving this place, he did on his own. Of course, it's inevitable that the Knave would make a big deal out of her fellow Harbinger's unexplained disappearance. I'm also quite curious about where that Harbinger went, so I figured I might as well let the Fatui do their own investigative work. All I care about is the answer.
So you were hoping Lenny's group would just do your work for you?
You make it sound like that's a bad thing. Unfortunately, things didn't go as planned. I assume that Fremenade has told you already, the ratio of primordial seawater around the Forbidden Zone has always been Lenny's target, and you got roped into that investigation after running into him. I began to intervene out of concern for your safety, and also to prevent the fortress from becoming entangled in more irksome matters.
Are the rumors true? That you're also a former criminal?
Now, why would you put it like that? Isn't staying here all day and serving as the manager of the fortress a kind of sentence unto itself? Another...
Oh, right! Paimon wanted to ask...
Me, of course. I paid her good Mora to come down to the fortress for some field work. As a champion duelist, Miss Cloran could be considered to be an independent party. I needed to find an exceptionally capable person to help me get through the impending crisis.
And saving Fremine was part of...
You can think of it like that, yes. Credit where credit is that's not something you should be asking after. Neuvillette only asked you to investigate Child's whereabouts. All I need to prove to you is that the Forbidden Zone had nothing to do with the Harbinger's disappearance. That should be clear now that you've spoken to Fremine.
But we've already uncovered...
You make a compelling case. Do you really want to know the answer?
Yeah, Paimon really...
Even if the truth may not be pleasant? Follow me.
Now, what are you hiding? What are you hiding? I'm not gonna call you your phrase, but like, what are you hiding, Mr. Duke? Ooh. How are we ever gonna be able to get here earlier?
There's a hidden door here? And a whole basement behind it? Huh. You're pretty good at hiding stuff, Wriothesley.
It seems you've forgotten just what kind of place the Fortress of Meropide is. Stand on the central plate.
Wait, is there a secret mechanism or... Whoa! So, this is the Forbidden Zone? Honestly, for a place so well hidden, Paimon sure doesn't... What a huge door!
There are 3 such isolation gates in... Am I correct to assume you're going to run on back and tell your little Fatui friends everything?
Well, Paimon wasn't thinking of keeping anything from them.
Well, I'd advise you wait until you've seen the whole truth of this place for yourself before deciding whether or not to tell them.
Huh. So there's a switch on the side.
Stand back.
Whoa! They all just went up one by one!
Go on, have a look. I've been interested in what lies beyond that gate ever since I assumed leadership of the Fortress of Meropide. Of course, it would be unwise to recklessly open it, but it'd also be risky and negligent to simply ignore any potential danger that could be behind it. The readings on that dashboard have not budged since the day when I first laid eyes on this place. But over the past year, the needle has crept upwards from its original position, likely because some parameter it's been tracking has changed, if only infinitesimally. Normally, I would have ignored it, but I happened to have some free time when I noticed it, so I investigated. Very reasonable guesses. I've considered both of those as well. Unfortunately, our dashboard is tracking something less ordinary. The temperature should vary with weather and climate changes, so for something that rarely shifts, the water pressure is more likely. We ran a few tests to increase the pressure from the outside, but the readings didn't change at all. Later on, a few more possibilities occurred to me, such as a potential connection with the primordial sea. I began to make a few preparations based on that hypothesis. Over the past few days, the needle has moved again. With that, and the symptoms that Fremine displayed after leaving the fortress, I can now confidently conclude that the readings represent the concentration of primordial seawater in the seawater.
The concentration of... primordial...
And that is precisely the problem. We're at the bottom of the sea, and now we're surrounded by toxic seawater. Somehow, primordial seawater got mixed in, and the concentration is steadily rising. Yes,
So this is the
That's very
proxy, right?
likely.
But forget about the two of us. Not even Neuvillette knows where the Primordial Sea could be, much less where we could find and plug a leak. Oh.
Seems like you've figured it out. I believe the Primordial Sea lies directly beneath this sluice gate. For some reason, the primordial seawater levels have risen significantly, and it's now very close to us. The indicators are now red. Although the gate still stands, some primordial seawater has already leaked out and mixed into the sea around us. If this continues, soon it will no longer be able— Yeah, you know what the legends say. If this place falls, then everyone in Fontaine will be turned into puddles in the span of a night.
But that's just too weird. Why would the—
Your expression tells me you think this might be part of a vast, complicated conspiracy. It's just that the secret of the there's no single when the previous Hydro Archon, Egeria, ruled the land, all convicted criminals received some of them began to repent, and prayed to the Hydro Archon, asking if there was still anything they could do. The Hydro Archon. And so, as the number of exiles, the Hydro Archon continued to lend her support. And with that, the people here stopped referring to the— But as time went on, people also realized that the fortress was a lonely place. Once they had finished serving their sentences, some people left and some others chose to stay. They'd find some idle position and let their— After many now and again.
But now you know every part of—
Indeed. To be frank, no, prophecies are troublesome things. Let's go somewhere else.
Okay, Mr.
This is it.
Your Grace, perfect timing. The results from our last round of experiments have—
Wait, Jurier, he's not alone.
Huh? Lord—
No need to panic, you two.
What? After you warned us not to tell us—
I'm skeptical as well. Are you sure they are
The results speak for themselves, don't they? These two may already know more than you could ever imagine.
harmless enough, so I'll trust them for now.
Well, how about some reintroductions? This is Jurier, one of the highest-ranked researchers from the Fontaine Research Institute. He used to work under Edwin. I trust that you've heard of Edwin?
He's the one who blew the whole institute sky high. Everyone knew he was a bit crooked in the head, but you're not local, so I guess it's possible for you not to have heard of him.
Edwin's main areas of research were Archeum and gravimeters. As his assistant...
You...
Gotta admit...
Guys, focus! Focus!
That taskmaster over there is Miss Lorvine, and is also one of my...
Ooh, are they together?
See, everyone keeps asking this question. Are you too sure you're not a couple and just you...
Your Grace!
If I dated her, I'd officially be madder than Edwin.
Jeez, I forget I said anything then. Follow me.
Whoa, there's another door that goes right up.
Your constant amazement makes it seem like the fortress can do anything.
Can it?
But Paimon really thinks everything's super cool.
Under the sea.
Well, let's spice it up a bit. And here you go.
Oh, boat.
What a huge... This is also a production zone that Paimon's never...
How much do you know about Fontainian history?
Okay, before we continue, I'm assuming they're trying to build something like an ark. Just in case.
Not much at all.
Well, then maybe you haven't heard the story of ancient Lemuria. To give you a quick... According to legend, the Lemurian king Remus came to this land after being inspired by divine revelation and found the seer Sibila, who had taken on the form of a golden bee. Taking the golden, he called his nation Lemuria and used the Fortuna to incessantly search for new tribes and islands.
There's a ship in this story.
Where there's water, there'll be ships. People believe that hope can always be found at the end of a voyage.
Do you believe that too?
To a point, I think. As you've already seen, I have a whole factory's worth of labor, materials, and tech. So the moment I began...
Were you inspired by the...
maybe. Fontaine were the workers to find out as the fortress is... Alright, that's enough talking. Seems like you're good. I'll leave you here for now.
Oh,
No worries. But don't forget, it's up to you whether or not you want to share.
yeah, we'll put a lot of thought into it.
Great.
We shouldn't
I look
really
forward
tell them. I mean, they're for Tui. And like, please. I swear. I'm clicking the logo. How is it on test run? Test run's over here. The yellow. I know it's just me, like, on a controller, maybe just something. Are we gonna see? Okay, that's...
We're back!
Welcome back.
How can you be so much—
Huh. Actually, while I was sedated...
Must have been Wriothesley.
Yeah,
I really can't make...
So, Traveler, Paimon, were you able to...
Yeah, he explained everything.
Very well. Then, would you mind checking your answers against my speculations? Yeah, I took...
Nobody else is around, and Miss Sijuin is also busy with something or other.
All right, then I'll posit my theories. I asked myself 3 questions. Firstly, why was Fremine affected by the primordial sea?
Ooh, he's good. He got that right on the first—
That's our Lenny.
Secondly, Wriothesley's attitude changed dramatically during the course of our stay here. He ignored us completely at first, then suddenly roadblocked us. I spent quite a long time thinking about this. If he has been monitoring the Fatui since the very beginning, he probably ignored us at first. What's more, the Fortress of Meropide is not part of Fontaine's court system, nor does it report to Udek's Nervulet. Wriothesley is basically the king of a no-man's land. As long as the fortress doesn't do anything about Master Child's disappearance, Father can use it to pressure the Fontaine authorities. And while the 2 factions are pitted against each other, Wriothesley will be free to move between the parties of interest. If I had to guess, he probably has something that he's working on himself. It's likely related to the secret of the
You're super—
Thanks. If Wriothesley does have a plan, what could it be? That can't be— I don't have an—
What? Why are we giving them the information? They're part of the Fatui.
The sea
We're
will engulf
like,
everyone.
the Traveler here is
Just
a
like the
stupid
prophecy
person.
Could Wriothesley have wanted to meet Father to figure out a way to deal with this crisis? If you remember, I once mentioned that—
Or perhaps he didn't know, and—
Yeah, that makes sense to me. I understand your concerns as well, Traveler. I'll figure out a way to pass this on to our father. No matter what, we're on your side. The 2 of you have already— If you ever need anything, though you may not share—
You have my—
Thank you for protecting—
why are you being so formal all of a sudden? Paimon's hungry.
Oh,
Alright, then we'll get— Come on, let's go pick up ours as well. Traveler and Paimon, over here.
I still don't trust you for delivering me.
Huh. What would you like to eat? Yep, you can. I've already talked to our chef, Mr. Wolsey. It's all on me today, so you can get whatever you'd like. Me too. Don't forget. No problem. So delicious. Is this how it feels to be freeloaders? Wait a second, we feeling full yet? How's the delicious?
You may have shown me the meal, but I still don't like you.
Bit of both, I suppose. I'm a Melusine, which means I'm very different from human beings. I must know what you're thinking if I want to take good care. You're really good. Really? Oh, and what did you mean back in Risley's office? When you said that you were protecting— Oh, that. I just asked His Grace to look out for those children, especially that diver boy. I was getting a bit worried after hearing that something was wrong. Thankfully, Glorand is very strong and managed to save him in the nick, although the path was blocked. Oh, and I was keeping an eye on Mr. Linney as well. You were all super considerate and really thought everything— Oh. Get a good night's rest, you two.
I didn't know what she said that, but I'm assuming you know we spend time with us, like.
Glorand!
Ah, it's you.
How's dinner?
It's all right. Miss Sigewinne really put—
So we heard that Risley invited you to come down to help, and you saved Fremenade too!
Oh, it was—
Still, oh, and why aren't you eating with Sigewinne and the Duke? Won't you get bored eating by yourself?
Miss Sigewinne was with you, and the Duke has business of his own. Yeah.
First time
in the past. You seem to be enjoying yourselves here. Things will be getting messy at the fortress soon.
It doesn't say you can talk to us, so I'm just assuming that's— oh, it's just that— I'm assuming that's just like something you can do. Don't necessarily
What's the
have
hurry?
to. I believe I have to go to this floor. Join to my grave.
I'm super—
Oh, I actually have to time of sleep? Well, that's new.
Delicious.
Oh, let's come in, right? There's no way this is normal sleep. We're gonna get a vision right now.
Out of my way! Get out of my way!
What happened? Why is everyone—
No idea, but something must have happened. Stop asking!
Ooh, the flood. How girl. The alarm's going off for one.
What happened? Why is everyone running around? Hey, what are you doing?
No time to explain, mate. Goodbye.
Hey, what? What's wrong with these people?
They're here! Yeah, there you are!
Oh, thank goodness!
Quisto and Laveroon, do you know what happened here?
We came here especially to inform you. Something seems to have gone terribly wrong just now. His Great Laveroon was saying you two are new here and you don't have many friends, so you might slip through the cracks. Haven't you heard all the stories like that? An evacuation is successfully completed, yet you only find out once you do a head count that 1 or 2 people are—
Wait, weren't you the one who brought that up? Why—
Hey!
Okay, whatever. The point is, you should come with us. Yeah, he said to get us
Oh no, it can't be that thing!
Whoa, wait, what? What? Hey, where are you going?
We have to go find the Duke! You two just go and get out! Go on without him!
Hey, hey! Be careful!
I like that consider, yeah.
Attention! Please evacuate upwards and outwards, upwards and outwards. If you're already at the Cosmos lair, then try to move as far outwards as possible.
Well, trying to escape the area. Go be fast with us. Activate.
They're here.
Just like I said.
We have it!
You're just in time. But be ready to run. Three, 2, 1.
Yes, bye.
This won't hold it for long. Find Neuvillette. Tell him the defenses are about to collapse.
Then what will happen to you?
Until he arrives, we're the last line of defense. The gate. How long do you think it'll hold?
That depends on us.
Neuvillette? Why are you here?
Traveler, I need you to head to the Opera House immediately. Furina will soon be meeting with the Knave there. You must protect Furina, and make sure she doesn't spend too much time alone with her. Will do. You have my sincerest gratitude.
Okay, why go to the Opera House thing first? Ah, the Fatui.
Kind of Fatui and Paimon. Are you two the Traveler and Paimon? Though I'm sure he's already explained.
Hello, Knave.
Oh, so you two are the honored guests Miss Furina mentioned.
Of course, of course! How could they not attend a meeting such as this? I must always have 2 or more guests at my dessert table. Otherwise, the occasion would be too lonely and unbecoming of my station.
It is my pleasure to make your acquaintance, Traveler. I have heard much of your accomplishments. I am the Knave.
I've already prepared seats for you.
Perhaps you two are unaware of how Miss Furina and I do things. You see, we actually recently agreed to get together for tea when we had the time. See this? This is a limited type of confectionery that Miss Furina simply adored.
Traveler, what do you think of this cake?
That's good to hear. So what Child said was on the mark after all. You do share a taste in desserts with Furina and I. I wonder how he's doing nowadays. You must have heard, right? He's suddenly gone missing. I'm really worried about his safety, you know. Here's to hope.
Since we're talking about him, I feel like I should add something. His martial prowess really looked certainly pretty impressive.
Oh, so you're also familiar with his aptitude for fighting, Miss Furina. Oh, right. Against ordinary people, my colleague would never be on the back foot. But alas, He just never imagined he'd run into such a person. I must... Coming from you, that's...
But I thought you would be happier to hear the news.
Of course, but it's still a bit of a shame. You see, I would have been far happier had I received this news somewhat earlier. As you well know, a long time...
Well, in any case, there's no need to worry.
Oh. And just how do you...
Because we...
And where did he go after leaving the fortress?
Well...
The fortress of Meripede lies deep beneath the waves. Unless he pranced right out of the main gate, he must have had to swim for it. Ah, that is good news at least. His sister Tonya sent a letter to Fontaine not too long ago. Since he was unfortunately unavailable, I picked it up on his behalf.
I don't think we've heard
Do you
his
have
sister
any
before.
idea how he usually writes back to his family? Dear Tonya, your letter made me feel like we were still enjoying our time in Snezhnaya together. I'm currently admiring the scenery on the streets in front of the Opera House.
All letters tend to follow the same few formats anyway, right? As long as the contents are accurate, it doesn't matter so much how...
Hold on. The water in the teacup...
I suppose this is also a sign of things to come.
Huh?
Have we entered into the next stage of the prophecy?
My thanks to you both. I will take it from here.
Sure you don't need a hand?
Quite sure.
Wow. So, what's your secret, huh? Let me guess. Nah, who knows? Maybe it's just your sense of responsibility.
Sounds about right.
I think I've seen the cutscene, but I don't know, I've already seen that trailer.
A day may come when the prophecy is fulfilled, and the waters burst forth. But it is not this day! This ancient power could easily obliterate an entire race. A tsunami of fury would unleash endless catastrophe. This sentence is too severe. Forgive me for overruling it.
You're forgiven. You're forgiven.
All right. Seems like the...
Let me guess. We're safe for now.
Indeed. But only for now.
I win this bet. You owe me a present.
Very well. It was indeed just as you said.
You made a bet?
We made a bet on the size of your entourage. Cloran thought you wouldn't come down by yourself.
I figured you would have at least brought a few people along for appearance's sake. It appears I underestimated...
Shouldn't you have gotten used to confidential missions by now? That's just how the courts operate.
So what gift must the loser give?
He already has tons of tea in his office. I'm thinking about a set of legal codices.
That wouldn't happen to be a dig at my lack of legal awareness, would it?
Well, I'm sure His Grace doesn't consider the fortress to be outside the law.
I was under the impression the residents of a place like this would be uninterested in the legal codices.
That was obviously a joke. I Anyway, you've still got some unfinished business to attend to in the overworld, correct?
No need to stay here if you have a pressing matter. We all know you can't leave Palais Mermonia for long.
Thank you. I hope everything went smoothly with the Fatui Harbinger.
Not equal to gods, but you got a god there, and then you got a bunch of people. You can easily take her down by teaming up. It's coward move, but still.
I must say, Miss Farina.
Okay.
What are you trying?
At this point, I don't think there's any more need to speak as diplomatic representatives. Allow me to speak to you now as just a Fontanian. Yet, here you, the prophecies hanging above, but you? It beggars belief, just—
You're wrong.
I am not alone. Oh, great Hut.
I have my ways, and I've been working on them for all this time. Fontaine will be.
Then I ask you, Miss—
My machination.
I see. Allow me to be— Oh. Then allow me to jog your— And what do you plan to do with the mass—
The origin.
So you also have no— I first caught wind of this when Lyney tried to investigate the— But even if that had nothing to do with you, then what could you possibly— Oh, right. I almost forgot. Udex Neuvillette is not at the tea party with us today.
Yeah.
Of course I will. Although, I must— Oh, very well. Let's stop that conversation here. There are still a few slices of cake left. Traveler, I heard that you were recently commissioned to handle a few matters on behalf of the Udex. Why don't you take an extra slice of cake? Those who— You too, Paimon.
Thank you.
I'm gonna eat all the cakes. I didn't get a single bit.
Super full.
If it—
You're welcome. It is—
Very well.
Mind seeing me off, Traveler.
Paimon's coming.
Okay, I don't trust this. Is it a boss quest egg here? Alright, wait, this is our first time we can actually talk to her, I swear. We haven't been able to talk to her before.
The tea party. Why are you looking at me like that?
That's the first time we've ever actually got to talk to her, I swear. Let's get out of here. And not a house out here.
I'm glad that you were willing to come with me. Of course, child was just an excuse. I have no interest.
That's what Paimon thought.
You lent your aid to the children of the House of the Hearth. As their father. I would like— Do I look like an irresponsible father to you?
Isn't she a girl?
The House of the Hearth is very important to me. You should know that I care deeply about— That was all. Formal topics should be— I know you just returned from the fortress of Meripede. Relax. I have no intention of trying to get anything out of you. Lyney, Lynette, and Freminet are still there, and I trust their judgment and abilities.
They've all been working very hard and have always done all they can to fight back against—
You mean Wriothesley. He's a tricky one to deal with. It's unfortunate that Lyney's so eager to prove himself that he— By the way, and you can just consider this a bit of idle gossip, you are outside of our disputes, and the freest person in all of Fontaine, able to move around most easily.
And that's everything that happened during the trial. Master Child was declared guilty and immediately transported to the Fortress of Meripede.
Didn't he say he was coming here on vacation? Does he not feel an ounce of shame for all the trouble he has caused? Forget it. He did give us an opportunity. I will be meeting someone shortly.
Do you require help with any preparation?
No need. I will take care. I need to meet with Furina, the Hydro Archon. She is at the heart of Fontaine. But what's
Oh? Come over here, you little critter, you! You dare to run from me?
My goal is just to discover the location of the Gnosis. But I didn't expect the chance to approach Furina to be handed to me on a silver platter. This is so easy, it's actually making me a bit suspicious. Anything left unguarded. It's just as I guessed in the second before I struck. The Hydronosis is not currently held by the Archon. In fact, this Archon doesn't seem like a god at all. And I sense that she's under some kind of curse.
Who are you? And what are you trying to do? Please?
The fear in her pupils is genuine. So, I left the scene with ease. Nobody came looking for me, and nobody could serve as a witness to my near assassination of Fosfor.
I should feel sorry for her,
I suspect even Furina dares not mention this incident to anyone. Not long after, my informants confirmed what I had guessed. After returning to her quarters, Furina quietly... There's no doubt that there's something wrong. I have to find the Gnosis. If the Neuvillette hypothesis is correct, he is probably in possession of it. Alternatively, it might have been hidden in a place that's hard for...
Yes, Father.
My dear children, please speak.
News from the Fortress of Meripede. Master Child has gone missing. On top of that, the contacts and guards we bribed at the fortress have all gone quiet as well.
Probably the handiwork of that Ridesley.
I'm afraid so.
This is a good opportunity. The value of a Harbinger is much higher than most would imagine. We now have an excuse to exert diplomatic pressure. Set up a meeting for me. I would like to meet the Hydra... Oh, and I have an additional...
Yes, Father.
Tartaglia's disappearance was not a part of my plan, but I can use it to make a breakthrough. With this as the initiative belongs to the House of the Hearth. My wish to investigate the Fortress of Meripede will be a front. Lenny and his group will be responsible for the actual intelligence gathering. You should know the rest. Lenny's group is quite close. It wouldn't mean any... I've now had 2 chances to... I am a servant of Her Majesty the Tsaritsa. Over my years of service, I've learned... Of course, it is, however... Don't you think Fontaine
I wonder when we're
is
gonna
quite
meet Her
intriguing?
Majesty then, like the ruler
Ultimately,
of
though,
C9.
You don't need to commit to anything right now, of course. I have a feeling that the situation will continue to evolve. And as your name is often connected with noble deeds, I'm sure we will work together someday. He certainly returned quickly. You must want to...
Neuvillette?
For now, yes. Thank you for protecting Furina. To put it simply, So as expected, the knave permission granted.
Whoa. You can't...
If by the phrase, you guys, you are referring to Furina and I, then although I'm not sure just what you are trying, I believe so. And now, another catastrophe will soon be upon us.
Huh?
You may be closer to the truth than you think.
Oh? And what are you thinking? The dragon of... Huh?
Please do not.
This thing is taking forever.
We were just getting...
You...
There's...
Please, go ahead.
Well, if you are the dragon sovereign of water, and you were able to force back the primordial... Then since Fontaine's prophecy is all about seawater, couldn't you just use your power to...
None of the currently... They say that when the...
There are 7...
The dragon sovereign... In any case, given the status quo...
Oh.
I still have some urge...
Please go right ahead. We'll see you another time.
Take care.
Now guess.
Well, well, look who it is.
Traveler.
Looks like you're recovering.
Oh, right.
Whoa, how did...
She didn't want to stress you.
Yeah.
Okay, but check this out.
You meant father?
She said a few things that were,
Her attitude towards you is even better than what we'd imagined. You should believe her. She has her own way of doing things, and she'll do everything in her power to help those she considers close, which now might also include you.
Father is very capable, and
Oh, Paimon just
Not
remembered that
trustworthy.
she thought Lenny was a
Tried to
bit too
kill-
proud as well.
The Archon, what do you mean trusting?
Hey!
are you going to stay here?
Looks like it.
Excellent.
For real?
Another in well, next time.
Why are we still in the prison? Aren't we already... I mean, we're still investigating Charles' experience, I guess. Just to complete... This was up. I have done 2, technically, Archon quests in this thing. So I might split the 2 into a couple different videos, just saying though. When the Archon quest ends and whatnot. So if you do see it not being 2 hours directly, that is probably the reason.
You guys are back?
You guys didn't.
Ah, and here I thought...
All right.
Hey, it wasn't just me.
I was also Whenever he'd say that, I'd tell him I'm sure they're fine. Wherever they are, they're kicking back with drinks in hand, enjoying the lovely scenery.
Hey, there's nothing wrong with worrying about your prison pals.
These two. They sure are.
Oh, well, if you say so. I'll be...
Come on.
Seedwing! Traveler, Paimon, you're back! Are you still doing alright? We're fine. A few people of course. How did Nerva... Miss sure Nervulette. I ran into the box. If you're not, just let me know if I'd like to take the...
Down there. You too.
Courier, Miss Sejuin told me you still haven't eaten.
You right there or what?
That's no excuse for...
Courier, Lurvine, we're...
Hello there. It's been quite the
And you?
Yep.
It can be a bit...
I mean, the
Oh, yeah?
You two really are...
Not at all!
Yeah, sure. I'm assuming we can go to prison whenever we want now, but I don't see a reason to.
Do my eyes deceive me, or did I just see 2 inmates come back after making it to the surface? Some strange winds blowing of late.
We wanted to see how the fortress is doing. Is everything still alright?
We're fine, for the most part.
If that's the case, why don't you just ask him to stay here?
Oh, yeah, what a brilliant plan. Let's go convince the Eudex himself to exchange the Courts of Fontaine for a puddle of water in the middle of nowhere. He came here in a hurry and left without even stopping for a cup of tea. He did remember to take Miss Sejuin's gift with him, though.
He sure sounds...
Miss Clorand has left as well.
Were the gifts...
Nervalette got the milkshake. Clorand received lipstick instead.
Those aren't even remotely allowed...
Well, it's Nervilette's own fault for making Sigewinne worried about his health by working so much. But besides that, our head nurse is still pretty fond of picking out beauty products for the ladies. Oh, and I have some gifts here for you.
Are these from Sigewinne too?
Nope, they're from yours truly. You've already wrapped up your work at the fortress, so you can return to the surface at any time. You haven't yet served your full prison term, however, so you may continue to use your cell until your term is up.
For real? Then we could stay here for a really long time?
You may access the cafeteria for free. Just remember to come complete your paperwork once it's time for your release.
So we can leave whenever we want. Where's the... Right.
Your file can't be closed until we've completed your paperwork, so don't forget to come find me again when you're done serving your sentence.
Okay. Okay. You're trying to join a war, I'm in a story quest. I'm not accepting it because, like, story quest is going to be glitched. Like, I don't know, I can't see if I'm joining the main repeat again. That was so annoying.
We're back in our cell again. Sure feels... Huh? How did you know? Hey, that's not true! Alright, it's like we've now gone to so many places together and become friends with so many people. There are so many bad things in the world, and you're counting Paimon today? Aren't you the only adventurer here? Then let's ask Catherine. Just the last time we felt... We should be safe now. Alright then, good night to you, traveler.
It's weird to keep on sleeping. Oh, okay. I wonder if the Fury actually really care about each other, like, because, like, Rave or whatever her name is, it doesn't seem to be too much compared to her. It's not story idea, I just completed this, I might level up, well, I'll see. One sec, I'm gonna make a wish. Well, it most likely won't be story only. Where's the... Make Give you that. Make a wish. Come give me a new pair of shoes. Ooh! Oh!
My name's Dia.
I'll take. I got Dia. 5-star.
So, what you got for me? A commission, a fight, armed escort, whatever it is, you know where to find me.